Hey, I'm back for 3 of testing video. It's not really so much about the video and the audio at this point. Right now, it's about keeping a steady connection, keeping a steady internet connection, which has really got me concerned. Keeping a reliable connection, and it's really got me concerned. I have to say that. But anyway, while I'm doing this test, don't see nobody watching yet, but I will keep this video up because if we make it all the way through it, I want to talk about, while I'm testing the video and testing the audio, wanted to talk about the upcoming things that we have coming up on In My Head channel, the different playlists on the channel. I appreciate everybody watching, commenting, subscribing. Really appreciate all the feedback that we've been given. You guys are awesome. And you need to know that you're awesome. But for what we have coming up is, and I'm ready for it. I know you guys are chomping at the bit. I had somebody the other day say, just do the review already. I'm ready to do it too. But this is something we want to do live, and we would have already done it. But, you know, to line it up to where both Stephen and I can do it live. We both have busy schedules. So to do it live at a time that we thought would be best for people to be able to see it would be, it took us till Saturday, this coming Saturday, to line it up. So, but we are doing the Kiss Alive 2. We're going to be reviewing this album right here, Kiss Alive 2. Going to be reviewing that Saturday, the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We hope that you can join for that. And if you can't join for it, for the live, feel free to, watch it afterwards and comment afterwards. We're also going to, what I'm talking about, the other stuff I've got coming up. I just finished shooting a video, going to be working on editing, probably be up Tuesday of next week. I did a video for the originals and the originals 2, and it's not really a review. It's more of a talking about the album, talking about the materials, the packaging, things like that, because I didn't have the originals when I had my original Kiss collection. I didn't have the originals. I never owned it. I only recently bought it, and it's not a complete. It doesn't have the sticker and the book and the trading cards. And I didn't give a whole lot for it, and it's not in that great a shape, but at least I have it as a placeholder in my collection until I can get one better. And as far as the Originals 2 goes, I didn't even know the Originals 2 existed. I thought I didn't know about it until I started doing some research on the whole Kiss catalog, making sure that, as we get further up, there are some albums we're going to leave out. A lot of the compilations album we're going to leave out. But we are going to do all the studio albums. We are going to do all the live albums. So we've got to get ready to do a live 2. We'll have to do a live 3, a live 4 Millennial concert, and a live, there's the live Millennial concert. It was originally supposed to be a live 4. And then there's a live 4 symphony. I don't know if we're going to do Kiss Rocks Vegas. Kiss Rocks Vegas, I don't know. Maybe. But as of right now, I was looking at our schedule and telling Stephen, by the time we get all the way to Monster, it'll be September. And that's putting out a video every week. It'll be September before we get all the way through the Kiss catalog, y'all. So those of you who are looking for albums later in the catalog, had some people asking about Sonic Boom. Believe it or not, had some people ask about Psycho Circus, Carnival of Souls, Revenge. Those albums are coming. But, we have Double Platinum to go, which I'm getting ready to, I will do next week, and it'll be up the week after. And then we're going to do the solo albums. And we're going to give each album a review. We're going to review them in the order that they came out. So we're going to review Gene's first. Well, they all came out on the same day, but they have catalog numbers. and Gene's has the earliest catalog number. So we're going to do Gene's first, then Ace's has the next catalog number, then Peter's, and then Paul's. So we're going to do them in catalog order that they came out. And after we finish with the solos, we're going to make a little fun video. If we could build our own best of the solo albums, 10 songs, you have to pick at least one song off of one of the solo albums. So it's not just, so all members get at least one song on the album. And Steven's going to pick his 10. I'm going to pick my 10. And then we're going to put it up to you guys to vote to which one's is the best. Is Steven's better? Mine's better? If both of ours suck. So we'll do that. And then after that, we'll do Dynasty. And that will wrap us up with the 70s Kiss. And then at that point in time, what we're going to do, before we move on to the Unmasked, starting in the 80s, we're going to do a little fun video of if we could make a like a mixed CD, 10 songs out of all the studio albums that came out in the 70s. What would it be? What would your essential songs from the 70s be? And so that'll be a nice little fun list. Those will come out, it won't be on our regular Tuesday reviews. It'll come out on another day of the week, maybe like on a Friday or Thursday or something like that. And then we're just going to keep working up through the catalog. And then after that, during all that, I've got a paranormal video coming out for when we went to Lydia's Bridge. So that paranormal video is coming out sometime. I was contemplating it putting out tomorrow, but I think I'm going to wait until sometime next week to put that one out. And another album that I'm working on doing a review for is Typo Negative's first album, Slow, Deep, and Hard. I'm working on doing a review for that, starting to research and write up my review for that. That'll probably be sometime, hopefully before the end of April. And then I've got a couple of things I'm going to try and see how they do. And one of them is I'm going to review some other albums. And everybody's like, thank God, not a Kiss album. I'm going to review some 80s albums. I grew up in the 80s, and I grew up listening to 80s rock and 80s metal. And so I'm going to review some albums, and I'm going to do what's called 10-minute reviews. So you don't have these hour-long reviews. You have a 10-minute review, and in 10 minutes, I get to talk about an album, get to talk about the songs on it, what songs I like on it, what songs I don't like on it, and short and sweet, and be done in 10 minutes. These probably just be reviews, just me. Steven probably won't be involved with these, although he can be if he wants to. But that'll just make it longer. So maybe Steven will make some of his own videos and we'll upload them here. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be doing 10-minute videos for 80s bands. There's a lot of good 80s bands out there. Hey, Max, thank you. Kiss does rule. I love Kiss. I'm 48. I just turned 49 years old, and I've been a Kiss fan since I was 7. So I've been a Kiss fan for a long time. I've liked Kiss longer than I've liked any other band. So Kiss is awesome. And throughout their whole phase of their career, they've just been an awesome band. They've had some highs, they've had some lows, but they've had more highs than lows. And they are an awesome band. I'm glad you have been enjoying the channel. Another thing I'm going to be doing in addition to the 80s bands is I'm going to be doing some what I call shuffle songs. And it's where I'm going to be reviewing songs individually. I'm going to take a song, and in 5 minutes, I'm going to break that song down, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, look at it on a music level, talk about things about it musically, recording, things like that. Just get real in depth on the recording of the album or of the song. So it's just a couple things I'm going to try, little bite-sized things, and just do that. So see if the ghost is moving things around behind me. I do have a ghost in my house, and people have seen stuff move around behind me. But anyway, Ace is, so Max says Ace is my favorite member of KISS. I tell you what, Max, I don't know if you saw another video that me and my son did. We did a video here recently about out of the 4 members of KISS, who would we ranked the KISS members. And I caught some flack for that because the person I actually chose at the top, and the premise behind it was, if we had an option to meet a member of KISS, if they were all in 4 different areas of the country and we had a ticket to meet one and we could only meet one, who would we meet? I caught a lot of flack because I chose Gene. I chose Gene first, then Ace, then Paula, then Peter. And I caught a lot of flack for that because Ace actually is my favorite member of KISS. He is the person that through the years in KISS and outside of KISS, not only musician-wise, but the person that he is, he's the one that's pissed me off the least. Now, I like all members of KISS. Even though Peter is somebody I chose last, I actually grew up emulating Peter. Peter is who caused me to want to play drums. And I started playing drums when I was 7 because of Peter Criss. I used to wear the cat makeup and used to have a lot more hair. But as I started growing up and everything, once I heard Ace's 1978 solo album, and then from then on, 2000 Man and all the songs where Ace really started exploding inside of KISS before he left the band. He's a phenomenal musician. He's a phenomenal writer. And although I think Paul Stanley is a little bit better songwriter than Ace is as far as constructing a song and building a song, I still think Ace is a better overall performer, and he's had a better solo career. Paul's tried to put out solo albums. Gene's tried to put out solo albums, and they've just not done as good, I don't think. Ace has done pretty good. So let me read what you're saying here. The only members of KISS you hadn't met are Ace, Vinny, Eric, and Mark. That's cool. You're luckier than me. I've been a KISS fan for years and been to many KISS shows, but I've never met a member of KISS. And that's largely on my fault because I don't like crowds. I've never liked crowds. And so even going to a concert is kind of weird for me. And I really don't like to meet artists. I really don't like to meet artists because I've met several artists in the past, musicians, and I'm not going to say their names, but I've met several musicians in the past in person, and they were dicks, for lack of a better word. And I don't know if I caught them on a bad day, because then I've heard some people go, "Oh, I met so-and-so and he was really nice." But in a way, it tarnished the people I've met. I still respect them as musicians. I still love their music. But it's that's in my brain that I met him, or I met that person and they were a dick. And so I would be afraid that I'd meet Gene and I'd have it built up in my head about meeting Gene, or have it built up in my head about meeting Ace, and I'd catch them on a day that they're being dicks. And plus, I don't really like the fact that I have bought thousands of dollars of KISS's material through the years. And I don't like the fact that, Ace wants to charge you $75 or $50 to have a picture with him. Gene wants to charge you $2,000 to get the vault and meet him. I don't like to be charged to do an autograph, to get an autograph from somebody, or to take a picture with them. You've made enough money. I mean, I ain't against people making money now, so don't get me wrong on that. But that's just my personal choice. So then in that, I get the choice that if I don't want to pay, I don't want to pay. So I don't pay. And so therefore, I don't meet very often. And since I don't go to a whole lot of conventions or where there's a lot of people, because like I said, people in large crowds, man, I think that's a phobia. I don't know what it's called, but people in large crowds, I don't like it. And so it's hard for me to go to concerts and sporting events and things like that because I don't like that kind of stuff. So let's see here. So the only members of KISS you haven't met are Ace, Vinny, Eric, and Mark. Favorite KISS lineup is Paul, Gene, Ace, and Eric Carr. Yeah, that was a really good lineup. That was a really good lineup. And I tell you what else was a really good lineup. I really like the Paul, Gene, Bruce Kulick, and Eric Carr lineup. But I like that lineup, but I don't really like some of the music that they did. I'm not going to give too much away because I've not reviewed the albums in the mid 80s. But you know, but now the Bruce Kulick, Eric Singer, Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons lineup that like did Carnival Souls. I know a lot of people don't like Carnival Souls because they say it sounds too much like grunge or too much like Alice in Chains or whatever. But like I said, without giving too much away because I've not reviewed that album, but I will say that I actually do enjoy that album. But we'll see what my review says when I'm done. Let's see. So you've been a KISS fan since you were 7. In 2009, you're 16 now. Oh, that's cool. So you are a younger guy, and that's cool. I love seeing younger KISS fans. My son, Steven, I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos with my son. He is 23, and he is a relatively new KISS fan. I introduced him to KISS within the last couple of years. And he's a guitarist. He likes a lot of progressive instrumental type stuff. We have a video on our channel where we talk about our 7 favorite bands, and he's, listening to, bands that are progressive and stuff like that. So to hear him listen to KISS and listen to old KISS, it's real neat seeing his point of view from somebody that I, consider kind of, still young at age 23. And so it's really cool to see young KISS fans and see KISS fans like yourself that are young. So you say, sadly, Ace can't play guitar and sing anymore. Yeah, I've seen some videos of Ace. There was a couple times I wanted to go out and see Ace live. He was coming by close, and he was going to be in some places that wasn't that big. And I almost thought about going out and seeing Ace. And I've seen some videos of him playing, and I was just like, I don't know. By Eric, I mean Eric Carr. You haven't met. Yeah, I never got to meet Eric Carr either. And, him not being with us anymore. And he was just a phenomenal drummer. He isn't the most technical drummer that KISS has ever had. I would have to give that the technicalness to Eric Singer. The drummers that KISS have had has been what I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The drummers the KISS has been the right drummers for the right time. Peter was perfect for the 70s. You couldn't have had a better drummer for KISS in the 70s. Eric was the perfect drummer for KISS in the 80s. I still wish Eric was with us and Eric was still drumming with KISS. I'm not convinced if Eric Carr was still alive, if he would still actually be drumming with KISS, because Gene and Paul always wasn't the best to the guy. He got sick and they almost turned their back on him. And they feel guilty about it now. I don't know if you've ever read Paul's book. It's they turned their back on him a little bit. And so I don't even know if Eric could still be in the band. So let's see. Your first KISS album was the very best of KISS. My first KISS album, I believe, was Kiss Alive 2. And that was back in 77. It was either Kiss Alive 2 or it was Destroyer. I got them both around the same time, and I can't remember which one it is. Sometimes I think it's Destroyer. I was 7, and I don't. So I don't know. It's one of those two. See, I gotta get caught up on your comments here. Yes, I'm young. People don't get that age doesn't matter when you get into music. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when I said you're young, I wasn't taking a shot at you there. Um, I agree. Music is one of those things that it brings people together, no matter what your age is, and that's what I was saying. You know, my son and me, he's 23, I'm 49, and we listen to a lot of the same music, and so he likes stuff that I don't really like, and I like stuff that he don't really like. But there are more bands than they're not that we just both love, and so. Yeah, age is just a number when it comes to a lot of things, and it's definitely just a number when it comes to music. You get to see Ace live on August 18th. That's cool. That's cool. I can't remember the last time I went to a live concert. Like I said, I just have that phobia about me. It's one of those things I really have to like somebody, and tickets are just so expensive these days, or they're so far away. You got to get in the car and go for hours and hours, to get to somewhere where they're going to be. In my area, I live in the East Coast. I live on the East Coast in the western part of North Carolina, between North Carolina and Tennessee. So, I'm in the South, and the largest city to me is Asheville and Charlotte. And, but even then, bands, they come further away than that. They might come to Atlanta, which is about 4.5, 5 hours away. Or they might come to somewhere in Virginia or in New York or somewhere, which is, even further away. So I don't get out to see bands very often. Let's see. Live It Baby says they like baseballs, footballs, and basketballs. Well, that's kind of off the subject, but I like football. Just a little side. I like football. I'll watch just about any sport, but I actively seek watching football. See, Eric Carr is the best drummer in Kiss, I think. This is Max. Eric Carr is the best drummer in Kiss, I think, and I agree with most people. Don't like Carnival Souls because it's too grunge. I like it. I like it like you do. Yeah, it's like I said, Kiss is one of those bands. I don't put them in a box because there's people that hate The Elder because they're like, it don't sound like Kiss. What does Kiss sound like? Because if you listen to Destroyer doesn't sound like the first album. There's maybe one riff on Destroyer in Sweet Pain where it sounds like old Kiss. Kiss is one of those bands that they constantly changed what they did. And some people say they followed trends, chased trends. Whatever you have to do to stay relevant, or whatever you have to do to being a musician who's been in a band, you do things to stay relevant, or you do things to expand yourself and try things that you've never done. They did that with Destroyer. It paid off for them. They did that with Dynasty. And even though people called it the disco album, there's really only one song on there that you could kind of call disco. It was a little overproduced, but all in all, I like the album. I've yet to review it, but The Elder, a lot of people hate I've not met anybody who says they like The Elder. They either love The Elder or they hate The Elder. And it is very polarized. Yeah, I see you, Dark Ride. I know I've seen y'all's review. Just wait till you see my review. I hope you still stay subscribed after my review of The Elder, because I might gush like a little schoolgirl during some of the songs. So, but yeah, we'll see. But I love you, Amy and Andy. I love you guys so much, even though you tossed The Elder aside like it was a piece of garbage. But let's see. Let me get back here. Eric Carr stayed in Kiss. He were not the Catman. There are pictures of him in Catman makeup, and doesn't fit him at all. Yeah, and I think those pictures are very early. I know they tried him as a Hawk, and he looked kind of scary as the Hawk. And then he was the Fox, and Eric was the Fox. And while we're talking about people being different characters, let me go ahead and say this. I don't have a problem with other members of Kiss being in Kiss. Saying that, I don't have a problem with Tommy Thayer. I don't have a problem with Eric Singer. I'm not the biggest fan of Tommy Thayer. Other than Ace, I like Bruce Kulick. Bruce Kulick, listen to Carnival of Souls. Bruce Kulick is, whether you like that type of music or not, whether you like Kiss sounding like that or not, Carnival of Souls, the sound that Bruce Kulick, he wrote like 7 or 8 of the song, co-wrote 7 or 8 of the songs, even sung one, which I really enjoy. Inside of Me, he's a phenomenal guitarist, and I don't have a problem with Eric Singer or Tommy Thayer. What I do have a problem with is them wearing the Catman makeup and the Spaceman makeup. Those characters are reserved for Ace and for Peter. And Paul saying this whole, well, we couldn't come up with more characters. That's bullshit. You can come up with more characters, Paul. You are more creative than that. And hell, how are you a design company to come up with more characters? Think of all the marketing they missed out on marketing a new character. They did the Ankh Warrior with Vinny. They did the Fox with Eric Carr. They could have created 2 more characters for these guys, but they didn't, and they know why. Is because for a while they're selling tickets, not as much tickets, but you watch if Ace comes back. If they got Ace to come back, they wouldn't even have to put the makeup on, and they would sell some arenas. They wouldn't even have to put the makeup on. I believe they wouldn't have to put the makeup on. And you got this whole end of the road thing that they're doing, and who knows what that's going to be. Is it going to be one last tour? Because, they're all buddying right now. Vinny just did a vault with Ace, with Gene. Ace is opening up for Gene in Australia, and Paul sang on Ace's solo album, and Gene and Ace have done several vaults together. So who knows what it's going to lead to? Most likely it's going to end up being a show, or it's going to end up being something. It's probably something I won't end up going to because it'll be too expensive, too far away, or whatever, and I won't end up going. Let me back up here. Let me back up here to some of the comments. I'm missing some. Gene Simmons is doing his vault show around my area, and I didn't miss it completely on January 6th in LA, but since it's $2,000, my mom said no. Yeah. I asked my son, I actually kind of asked Steven, hey, do you want to put in $1,000 each and let's go? He's like, Dad, I'm getting ready to have another baby. So, so yeah, I got a lot more other stuff I'd rather spend $1,000 on. Live It Baby said they must have just watched pornos. I can relate to that. Yeah, Amy, they failed with The Elder. Max says he likes The Elder. And Amy says that she'll still watch me and because don't take it too seriously. I agree, Amy. I agree. I see people get bent sideways at you guys' stuff and comments, and people get bent at mine. And this is my opinion, and if you like my opinion, great. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. You're not going to take my opinion from me. I'm not going to take yours from you. And, I watch several YouTube channels, and Dark Ride is one that I watch daily. If you guys, nobody's never seen them, check them out. They're really cool people, and they're cool like me. And they're both sexy people. And but anyway, I digress. They've said stuff that I don't agree to, but I've never attacked them. I've been like, hey, yeah, I agree with this. Or a lot of times I won't even say what I don't agree with. I'll just go, Well, what I like is this, even when they tossed the elder aside like it was a piece of trash, to them it may be a piece of trash. And you know what? I would not force them to listen to it. Although I hope they watch the video and listen to the clips that I play and listen to my side of the argument, why I do like the elder. Um, you know, but it's all in fun. And I actually like watching people and disagreeing with them sometimes, but most of the time I find that I agree with them, and I don't get bent out of shape if I don't agree with something. Let's see. Eric Carr was the best drummer they ever had. I do agree. I think that if you put Eric Singer and Eric Carr, if he was still alive, in a drum off against each other, it would be very close, because I've seen very many solos. But as far as playing with, the soul and the energy and the passion that he played with, it would be Eric, hands down. Eric was just, he is the Kiss drummer to me. He's the one that I would pick out of the three. All three of them have their strengths and all three of them have their weaknesses. But Eric Carr is a great drummer. Eric's fox capes made out of real fox fur. I'd read that. I hate the scab lineup and agree just like you do. Awesome, Max. Bruce said he would have been the dog. That's funny, Amy. That is funny. Bruce would have been the dog. Bruce just didn't get the love. Bruce Kulick, he's kind of like Vinny. He just didn't get the love, but he got more love than Vinny. And he was better to Kiss than Vinny was. But Kiss hasn't always treated their employees, the best. Shame on Gene and Paul. They've not always treated their employees the best. Even poor old Eric Carr, they didn't always treat him the best either. There's a picture of all Kiss members, what would have looked like if they all wore makeup. That's interesting. I'd have to look at that, kind of see. Max says, I'm not a big fan of Vinnie Vincent, fan myself, but I did think it was cool for him to attend Gene Simmons' vault experience in Nashville, and that Gene Simmons played Parasite, She, and Coming Home. That is really cool. That is really cool. Yeah, and I like seeing people welcoming Vinnie back into the Kiss world. I personally, I like Vinnie Vincent. Vinnie Vincent, I think, I've said before that I thought that Vinnie Vincent saved Kiss, and I think his songwriting definitely did. I've seen some of his performances where he's just doing these long solos, and we all live and learn and we become better people. But I've just seen some things about Vinny back in the day, But as far as songwriting, you go back and you listen to Creatures, you wouldn't have I Love It Loud without Vinny. You go back and listen to Lick It Up. Lick It Up is another phenomenal album. These are albums that brought Kiss back from the dead. Kiss after Unmasked, even though I like Unmasked, we'll find out how well in my review. I have to keep a zip lip on it, but Kiss was flatlining after Unmasked, and they were so far gone that when Creatures came out, a phenomenal album that people didn't even notice hardly. They still weren't They still had to cancel tour dates during the Creatures tour, or they were playing in 12,000 seat arenas and to 3,000 people, and so it's just so. But when Lick It Up came out, then the world started noticing. Why? Look at the songs the world noticed. They noticed songs that Vinny helped write. So, in a way, Vinny's songwriting, not maybe so much, not his guitar playing, because a lot of songs that Vinny wrote, he didn't actually play on. I'll go over that in some of my reviews. People are going to be surprised to find that songs that Vinny wrote, he didn't always play on. They'd bring Vinny in for writing sessions. They would pay him for his writing sessions or whatever, and then they would have a studio musician come in and do the recording of the guitar parts. Let's see. Are there any YouTubers you like besides great Kiss channels? Just off topic. Yes, I watch a lot of retro video game stuff. Metal Jesus Rocks is a great show. Plus, he's a metalhead like me, you know, and he reviews Kiss. He reviews albums too. He's a Kiss fan, but he mostly does retro gaming. That is his full-time job. He lives in Seattle. He's living the dream, baby, because he has 500,000 subscribers and he's putting out 2 videos a week, and his videos are getting like 25,000 views within an hour of being uploaded. So yeah, he is living the dream. I watch Dark Ride Films. You see them there, Amy and Adam, and they're in my chat there. I'm big fans of theirs. I've turned a bunch of people onto them. They need to start sending me some checks because I've got a bunch of people watching Dark Rides now, and they don't just do Kiss. They're all over the place. They do horror stuff. They do goth stuff. They're real big on Sam Hain, real big on Danzig, real big on the Cramps. They've introduced me to music that bands I've heard of, and then some bands I've not heard of, but I've just never took the time to listen to because I got pigeonholed in to listen to just a certain kind of music. So they've introduced me to some stuff, and some stuff I've liked, and some stuff it's not quite been my cup of tea. And, you know, but they're big Typo Negative fans too, like I am. So a lot of people think, surprise, surprise, Kiss is not my favorite band. Typo Negative is my favorite band, but I've liked Kiss the longest. But Typo just has a special, Typo Negative has a special place in my heart. Right there beside Kiss, man. They're right there together. You know, my wife, my kids, Kiss, Typo Negative, my grandbabies. And I see Steven. What up, Steven? There's my boy Steven there. Bruce Kulick for life. I know that you're a huge Bruce Kulick fan. And let's see. Music review channels. Well, yeah, music review is, like I said, there's a lot of times if you just go on somebody's channel like mine and you look, you'll see recommended. You can see those. You agree with 100%, don't treat them well at all. Yeah, they don't treat. I don't know how they treat Eric and Tommy, but I don't think Eric and Tommy have brains. I think they are programmed at this point they're sucking off that tit, off Paul's tit and off Gene's tit, and they're going to do whatever Paul and Gene tell them to do. They're a couple puppets. Whereas you had people before weren't puppets, and sometimes they paid the price. So yes, Stephen, Bruce Kulick for life. I agree. Bruce Kulick's a great guitarist. Vinnie Vincent now has a Facebook page. All that's left for him is to be verified. Yeah, I'm glad to see that Vinny's back out and coming back out after being in recluse all those years. And I really hate that people are attacking his appearance, saying he looks like a woman, or that he's cross-dressing, or has he undergone some kind of treatments or whatever. You know what? Leave the guy the hell alone. Let him look how he wants to look. I mean, how childish are we that we're going to make fun of how somebody looks, especially if we're supposedly a fan by them? I saw whenever Vinny came back during the conference, was in Atlanta, and people was posting the videos, and just the comments I saw of people just attacking him, the way he looked, the way he was dressed. Oh, Vinny's a chick. And I was just like, you know what? Screw y'all, man. I mean, just screw y'all. It just pissed me off so bad. Let the guy look how he wants to look. I mean, it's just right. He's not hurting anybody, Let's see. Vinny's doing a sign up near me next week. That's cool. Are you going to go, Amy? You going to go to the signing? Bruce Kulick needs to be verified on Instagram. So does Bob Kulick. Oh yeah. See, I look on Instagram some, but I don't look on there a whole lot. What's my favorite typo song? Oh man, it is hard to choose just one. How about you give me an album to choose a favorite song off of, Amy? I don't like Vinny, but he should have been paid more than 500. Yeah. As well, royalties alone, he should have made more money than that. Like I said, his songwriting saved Kiss's ass. Playing wise, now he did make some good solos, like the solo on Saint and Sinner off of Creatures. Go listen to that solo. Go listen to Saint and Sinner tonight. Listen to Saint and Sinner. Listen to that solo. He's not flying, but oh man, that just thinking about the solo makes my hair stand up. It is just so melodic and haunting, and it's an amazing solo, and that is his solo. But yeah, I admire Vinny more as a writer than I do as a guitarist. That's just me though. Let's see. Oh, so he's going to be at a horror con up there. Amy, you mentioned to me you was mentioned on y'all's channel the other night about some local horror cons. There's going to be one here locally. It's in Concord, but it's a horror comic. It's all kinds of things. I'll send you the information about that. And I know you ain't going to make the trip all the way down to here. But I will be coming through the area that you live in, or around about the area you live in, sometime soon, because I got to go up to New York, upstate New York, and jam with my band, Lydia's Bridge. So we're going to be recording some stuff, and so I'll be doing that sometime in June or July. So there'll be videos of that too. When you are verified, you get the blue check mark. Yep. Yeah, and it's up to them to verify. And if they don't have a blue check mark either on Instagram or on what is it, Twitter, I'm not sure if I really trust it. Bloody Kisses. Oh, okay, Amy. Bloody Kisses is probably my favorite song on Bloody Kisses is probably Bloody Kisses, Death in the Family. Song's amazing. Not long ago, but far away, a rainy winter's day. All her pain she kept inside, could no longer hide. Oh, man, I mean, and the part whenever he does the when he says, please don't go. And while Kenny's doing that guitar solo and he's screaming, no. Oh man, I cry. I mean, I'm going to sound like a wussy right now. Just the pain in the guy's voice. Just the pain. And I see up next on the right, there's a Devil's Trampling Ground video. I didn't get any notification about that. Yeah, Devil's Trampling Ground has been out. It came out earlier in the week. I guess I'm going to start telling you when my videos come out. Lydia's Bridge is coming out sometime this coming week. And Lydia's Bridge is a really awesome place. I've got some footage there from both. I've got some footage from the first time I went there back in 2000. And, one of the times I went back in 2000, 2002. I've been there several times. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting that video up. And that's going to be really cool. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen the Devil's Trampling Ground video I put out yet, but check it out. It's we actually went out there and I walked around, did some EVP work, and I didn't hear anything. Somebody told me that they heard something in the EVP in the playback, and I was with some people, but they had walked off all in the woods and was away from me, and I was there kind of by myself. And you know, it was I wasn't really creeped out, but we were there during the day. And you know, the story about that place is anything put in the circle, or if you go to sleep in the circle, you wake up outside the circle, and you know, snorting and the sound of hooves can be heard inside the circle. And you know, I don't know. I don't know what to believe when it comes to that. And I'm, you know, I have a, sometimes I'm sensitive towards stuff like that, and I can sense things. And I just didn't get a feeling any there at all. Kenny's such a nice guy. He's so sweet. I've heard that too. I've heard that all of the guys in Type O were really cool. I never got to meet them. I never got to even see Type O live. I came in as a Type O fan kind of late. Bloody Kisses had been out. October Rust was getting ready to come out. And I had just gotten married, had young kids, and kind of put my going to shows and stuff on hiatus. And so I thoroughly enjoyed the albums. Plus, they didn't really come anywhere nearby to me. Most of the people I've heard who saw them and saw them abundantly and even met them are up from the area that you guys live, Amy, and that area up in there. Yeah, so I'm friends with Kenny on Facebook, and we've talked on Facebook, talked about some Type O stuff and everything. And he seems like he took the time to PM me and everything, and he seems like he's a really cool guy, like a real genuine guy. Be a nice guy to have a beer with and everything. I think out of that band of everybody that's still alive, I'd like to meet Josh. Josh just seems, and I know that he's not even doing music anymore. I heard that he's like an EMT, like a paramedic or something now. But Josh just seems like he would be somebody I'd want to sit down and pick his brain, music wise. But I'd like to meet any of those guys. Of course, I would have loved to meet Peter, but you know, just didn't get the chance. And it saddens me that I'm reminded of his death because he died on April 14th, which is my birthday. So you know, and I'm working on the Type O tattoo that, you know, it's not finished yet, so I don't want to give too much of it away. But I'm working on it. It does have the Type O, the O logo right there that's not covered in yet, and it's a dead tree with some thorns, and so I'm going to get that finished up. Let's see. Max, switched accounts and then you're back. Okay. Do I know who the biggest YouTuber is? No, I don't. I basically get on YouTube to watch what I want to watch, and when something new pops up on my feed, I take a chance with it. That's what happened with Dark Ride, and made 2 awesome friends out of it. Next time I see him, you know what? And that's why I love you, Amy. It's not just because of your, you know, yeah, you're awesome. You and Andy both are awesome. I look forward to your videos. I haven't got to watch the one about the moon yet. I did like the one about the aliens. That was pretty funny. I liked that one. So yeah. And so Max is back on that account. Okay, cool. Well, since I got 5 people here watching now, I'll go over what I went over earlier. Because Max was here. There was a guy named Justin here earlier, but he's the only one I think saw this. So I got my cheat sheet here. I wanted to test the live stream. That was the original intention for this, because we are going to be reviewing this thing right here. Not my Walking Dead guy. But yeah, I'm a Walking Dead fan. Somebody asked me about that the other day. Is that Walking Dead stuff? Yeah, I'm a Walking Dead fan. My wife's the big Walking Dead fan. She got me into it, and we've been fans. It's kind of fell off here lately, and it used to be a thing. We didn't miss it. It was like 9 o'clock on Saturday night. Shut up, everybody, be quiet. We're watching Walking Dead. And now sometimes this last couple seasons, Walking Dead came on last night. Oh, we'll catch it. We'll watch it on DVR tomorrow. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But yeah, we are reviewing Kiss Alive 2 for all of you out there who's watching this video. Kiss Alive 2, we'll be reviewing it this Saturday in 2 days. We'll be reviewing it Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you can all make it. We was going to do it a little bit later, but I have to go by Steven's schedule with that. And, you know, he's got a young baby and one on the way that's due any minute, any day possibly. So I have to kind of go by his schedule. Steven, are you still watching? Are you still up? I haven't seen him in a while. But anyway, so we're going to do that Saturday the 21st at 7. Saturday at 7, I'll be there. You better be here. Don't make me do it without you. And I'm going to be working something out with Dart. You'll be there, be square? Yeah. Well, you're still square. We're both square. We're Kiss nerds. I mean, we do a scoring rating thing, for goodness sakes. And I want to work something out with Amy and Andy. I'm going to put her on the spot. And we've been talking about it. There's an album coming up that I'd like to review with them. I'm not going to say the name of it. It's not The Elder. But we'll probably maybe try to do some kind of Skype review or something. I think it'd be really cool to be me, Steven, Andy, and Amy. And it'd be something that we could put on both of our channels. It could be something we can cross-platform, and we'll talk about that. Let me ask a couple questions here real quick. Was my parents Kiss fans? No, they weren't. An Elder collab. No, Steven, they won't do an Elder collab with us. It'll be me and you talking about it, and it'll be over them over there going like this. That's what it'd be. My mom, I lived with my mom and my grandma, and they weren't Kiss fans. I do have my grandmother to thank for me being a Kiss fan, though, because I've told this story in one of my videos, I think. But after Elvis died, I was a big Elvis fan. And when Elvis died in August of 1977, I was 8 years old, and my grandma took me down to an Eckerd drugstore. And there was these albums out at the time that were they had comic books in them. And there was an album that you put on your record player and you played it. And it had all the sound effects and all the audio, and you just kind of read along with it. Well, she saw Destroyer. That's why I want to think that Destroyer is my first Kiss album that I had. But she saw Destroyer in the rack at an Eckerd's Drug, and LPs was then back there everywhere, and back then. And she bought it for me thinking it was one of those comic books, because it did have a comic book artist, did the cover. And Ken Kelly, for those who don't know. And I remember taking it home, and lo and behold, it starts off. This guy sounds like he's working on his car. He's getting in his car. He's driving down the road. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. There's no comic in here. And I didn't get the comic. And then it breaks into Detroit Rock City, the very first Kiss song I ever heard, Detroit Rock City. And wow. I mean, it's Detroit Rock City off of Destroyer is amazing. One of the songs one of the few songs I've rated a 10 on my scale. So that's how, he also did Love Gun. That's right, Max. But yes, I was given hell, being a Kiss fan growing up. You got made fun of, for being a Kiss fan. It wasn't cool to be a Kiss fan until the late 70s. And it's cool for a couple year span, and then in the early 80s, it was bad to be a Kiss fan again. Everybody jumped ship on Kiss. They were becoming fans of Wasp and Motley Crue and Twisted Sister, and who I'm all big fans of. Still isn't cool. Steven, you're right. It still isn't cool. And I tell people you're a Kiss fan, they're like, oh, you like Kiss? Let's see. Let's do it. All right, Amy, let's do it. Let's do it. It sounds good. It won't be The Elder. Promise you. It won't be The Elder. we'll get together and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what album we want to do together. I want you guys to get a benefit out of it too. So we'll get together and we'll talk about what album it is that we can do together. Well, I'll review the the debut album of EZO after I get done with the Kiss albums. Brandino, you have been a very patient guy. I tell you that. And I don't know if you're still listening, but Brandino, if I'm saying your name right, if I'm butchering it, I'm sorry. But he's been patient. He's one of the first people that saw one of my videos, and he asked me to do an EZO review. EZO is a Japanese band that Gene Simmons produced, and I've listened to the album. I've been giving it a fair shake and letting it get in and kind of marinate and everything. At first, I thought you were talking about Loudness. Now, I like Loudness. I had Loudness and EZO confused, but I'm letting it marinate and everything to get in on me and everything. And I am going to review it, and it will be before the Kiss albums are done. Hopefully, I'll get it done sometime in May. But I am working on it little by little. So let's see. Steven said, yes, the Elder collab. And Amy says, no way. Ken Kelly did Destroyer. Steven said, still cool. Sadly, if you're a Kiss fan, you're not welcome. You're not respected. People would hate you. I'm going to do a review on Destroyer on my Kiss channel. Cool, Max. I'll have to check that out. I love watching reviews. I love seeing what anybody else has to say about Kiss and if their opinions line up with mine. That's really cool. I really enjoy it. And even if their opinions don't line up with mine, I really enjoy it. Brandonino Neo says he's still here. Good. Like I said, I will get that EZO done. Kiss Fan Max 2002. Okay, Max, I'll be sure to check that out. I want to get these announcements out real quick, and feel free to keep asking questions. And if you leave, say bye. I want to know that you're not here anymore. I'm going to go maybe just a few more minutes and try to wrap this up. Probably wrap this up around 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock my time. I don't know where it is. Where's everybody from? I know where Amy's from, and I know where Steven's from, of course. But you other guys, Max and Brandino, Brandonio. Max is from L.A., Louisiana, or L.A. as in Los Angeles? While he's answering on that, go ahead and throw out these couple announcements. Like I said, a Live 2 review, Saturday the 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Be there or be square, and be there and be square. I just finished up doing a review for the Originals and the Originals 2. Not really a review, because it's just basically the Originals is the first 3 Kiss album. The Originals 2 is a Japanese-only release of the next 3 Kiss albums, Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun. The only reason I did it is because of the packaging. The packaging's kind of cool. The books are kind of cool. And the plain and simple fact that I didn't even know Originals 2 existed. And there's only supposedly at the time that it was printed in 78, there was only 50,000 copies printed. And it's apparently hard as hell to find. Brandonio. Okay, Brandonio. Okay, now I know. And you're in Indianapolis. Cool. So you're kind of around back this way. But yeah, so that's going to be coming up sometime this week, probably on Tuesday. Since we're doing the Kiss Alive 2 on Friday, we'll probably do, on Saturday, probably put the Originals out on my Tuesday slot. Also, after we're done with the Live 2, I'm going to be reviewing Double Platinum. I know it's a compilation album, but it's a big part of the catalog. And they did some things. They re-recorded one of the songs. They remixed a lot of songs. They did some work on a lot of songs. And I just want to talk about what I like, what I don't like. Steven's not going to be here for this one. Steven's wife is due with a baby any day. And so I'm trying to give him a little bit of space to be getting ready for that. So I'm going to do Double Platinum. The Lydia's Bridge video is going to be coming out that I've already talked about. And Then we're going to be doing, the solo albums. And me and Steven's kind of excited about the solo albums. Steven, we're getting into albums like when we did. Steven, what albums was it you had never heard? You had never heard Rock and Roll Over, and you had never heard Love Gun, or maybe you'd only heard Shock Me off of Love Gun. He can clarify there for me. So we're going to do solo albums, and he's not heard the solo out. He's listened to Aces, but he has not heard Gene's, Peter's, and he's heard Paul's too. Also planning top favorite albums. Yes, we are planning top favorite albums. Let's see. But we're going to do the solo albums. We're going to do Gene's first because this is how they're cataloged. We're going to do Gene's, then Aces, then Peter's, and then Paul's. Spare him Peter's. Shh, 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 shh. He's not supposed to be biased. Okay. Very little after Live 2. Yeah. You've heard Ace's whole solo album. But there's albums I'm interested in hearing his perspective of. I'm interested in hearing his perspective of the solo albums, apparently, and even the ones that people think suck. I'm interested to hear his perspective on Dynasty and Unmasked. He is chomping at the bit to get to The Elder, Amy. He's chomping at the bit to get to The Elder. And I am too. And let's see. After that is Creatures, which he's excited to get to, and then Lick It Up, which he's excited to get to. And then heard the whole Ace one. That's all he needs. Shh, hush, stop. You're making him biased towards the other ones. Steven likes the prep. Steven likes the proggy stuff. I can see him liking The Elder. Yeah. Yeah, and I like The Elder too, but you're going to find out how much or how little. I keep my cards close to my vest, close to my chest, as I do all my own stunts, which is falling down, which I do all the time. I can't walk. I fall all the time. I thought you said he likes the preggy stuff there for a second. I was going to say, maybe at this time right now, yes. But anyway, gosh. Whew. It's like you say, I can't whistle. It's going down quick. Anyway, let's see. Solo albums, and then working our way through Asylum. I also like froggy stuff. Solo albums. Wait a minute. No. We're just talking about, then Asylum. Then we got Asylum, and then Crazy Nights, and then Hot in the Shade. Anyway. So we're going. I think I told Steven the schedule. We're going to be done around September. So I hope you guys are strapped in and ready to go for a while, because we're going to be done around September. I got about 6 minutes left before I finish this out, because my wife's in the bathroom taking a bath, and when she gets done, we're wiping this out. We're done. I'm working on my first Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. Yes, I am going to do Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. I am going to do that. It's probably going to be a Friday episode, because I'm really probably going to only talk about the new songs or any changes or any things like that. Will I review Kiss's best ofs? I don't know, but I don't know how many compilation albums we're actually going to review, but I'll definitely take requests. So if you got something out there, you can just be sure to comment on one of the videos and request it. But I got a couple other things here before we wrap up. I'm working on my review and my research and my review for the first Typo Negative album, Slow, Deep, and Hard. And I'm going to give a little bit of background on Typo and leading into their first album, Slow, Deep, and Hard. I'm going to work my way up through the Typo catalog. It's not as extensive as Kiss's catalog, but the reviews are probably going to be just me, and they're probably going to be pretty in-depth because I'm going to take my time with the songs, breaking down what I like about them, what I don't like about them. And then I've got a couple little video things I'm going to try. One is going to be called, I'm going to take 80s bands albums. For example, Rats, Dancing Undercover. And I'm going to review that album in 10 minutes. I'm going to review the album in 10 minutes. It's not going to be as thorough as my Kiss albums. I'll probably pick some albums here and there that I'll review pretty thoroughly, like Motley Crue's Shout at the Devil. That'll get a pretty thorough review. There'll be other albums that I'll do thorough reviews on, but I'm going to take albums and I'm going to review them in 10 minutes. I talk too much to review anything in 10 seconds. And then I'm going to be doing what's called shuffle songs. I tried to do the other one the other day, and it totally failed. It didn't record any video or any audio. But I'm going to take a song. I'm going to pull a song up on my playlist that is very extensive. And whatever shuffle song comes up is the song that I review right then and right there live. I'll be there for Use Your Illusion 2. Yeah, I'll be doing Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 probably also, as well as Appetite for Destruction, one of my top 10 favorite rock albums. It's one of my top 10. Take a song, comes up. It was funny because the song that came up the other day was what was the song that came up the other day? It was I'm an Animal off of the Sonic Boom. It was Animal off of Sonic Boom. And I reviewed it, and and then it didn't work. So we're going to try it again. It'll be shuffle song reviews in 5 minutes or less. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So let's see. Which cover are you going to use for the Origin of the Feces? I'm not going to use Peter's Butthole. I'm going to use the other one. I'm not going to use Peter's Butthole. So yeah, I'll use the other one. Paul Stanley's tweet about "It's My Life" is a crap claim. Yeah, Paul likes to think that anything that Kiss did great, he had a hand in. Like, he helped Ace. Ace may have wrote songs and brought them to the band, but he arranged it, cleaned it up, and helped Ace. And he had to hold Ace's hand. And, he even offered Ace, hey, Ace, you need help to make your solo album? And then Ace made a solo album that kicks ass. No, Paul, Ace don't need your help. So let's see. There are people who were rock and metal hat T-shirts in my school, and I think that's great. I do too. I like rock and metal shirts. And I used to wear mine to school all the time too, even if I got made fun of. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and work on wrapping this up. So I want to say thanks to everybody who's hung out. Stephen, I know it's past your bedtime. And know you got to, Stephen gets up really early for work. And it's getting close to mine, even though I usually am a night owl and stay up kind of late anyway, doing schoolwork or editing. Editing is a bitch, and it takes a long time to do. But I just want to tell everybody, I can't believe I stayed on an hour. So that's actually pretty good. I found a way to be reliably connected. I plugged directly in. So this looks good. How does the video look for everybody? And how does the sound? Stephen, Amy, Max, Brendo, man, someday I'm going to get your name right. Looking forward to future reviews, sir. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I apologize for taking so long with EZO, but I've been real busy. And also, like I said, I want to let it get in my head and marinate. I just don't want to give it a crap review. I want to let sometimes it takes stuff. I have to listen to it a little bit. Brando Neo. Man, Amy, you're trying to look out for me. I appreciate it. But thanks. Yeah, looks good. Sounds good. I appreciate it. So this is part of what we'll do. Unless I get I have a 1080p webcam coming, but I just don't know if it's going to get here in time for the review. But yeah, man, that album right there, looking so forward to it. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time, and Steven's going to be here. And let me go ahead and tell you, we trip all over our words. And I do a lot of editing because me and Steven both, we get tongue-tied. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time, and we'll have a lot of laughs. And looky there. There is my father-in-law, Mr. Wes Moody. And it's good to see you. Thanks for watching the videos. I know he watches my videos and supports everything. So I appreciate it. And we're almost done, Wes. So at least you showed up to the party late. Darker Eye Amy, best Kiss album ever. Looking forward to the review. Well, it might be for me. We'll see how it stacks up against the stuff I've already done. You know me, I'm not just gonna put it out there and let you know. I already know how it stacked up. But you gotta watch the video, Amy. Come on, you gotta watch the video. You know, I'm just not gonna give it to you. There are 10s on it. I know that. There are 10s on it. Well, Rocket Ride a 10. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get off. My wife's, hey, baby. My wife's ready for bed. So, guys, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming all the way to the end. And Max is saying when I'm ready to end the stream, I can. So, since I have Max's permission to do it, we're going to do it. So appreciate you guys. And as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
The longest 5 minutes ever.